The children of Emery village sat around the tree under the bright moonlight to listen to Papa Kojo, the famous village storyteller. He began his story saying, "Have you ever heard of a drum that could summon whole villages? A drum so powerful that kings trembled at its sound? Long ago, before roads and cars, when the moon was the only lamp at night, there was a small Yoruba village called Aragbo. In that village lived a humble boy named Akin, the son of a poor drummer. Akin loved rhythm more than anything in the world. His father used to say, 'When you play, even the trees sway to listen.' But Akin dreamed of something bigger, to play before the king himself. He never knew that dream would come true, just not in the way he imagined. One hot evening, the village prepared for the Festival of Drums, a yearly celebration of sound and spirit. Drummers came from far and wide, beating their talking drums to praise the gods and ancestors. Akin joined the crowd, watching in awe. He clutched his small wooden drum, patched and worn, but filled with heart. When the king's announcer called for any brave drummer to play, the crowd laughed at Akin.
"Go home, boy," someone said. "Your drum can barely speak."
But Akin stepped forward, bowed, and said softly, "Let it speak for itself."
He began to play, gentle at first, then faster, his rhythm speaking words no one could explain.
The whole village fell silent. Even the wind stopped to listen. When he finished, the crowd erupted in cheers. But deep in the forest nearby, something ancient had awakened. That night, as Akin walked home under the moonlight, he heard a strange rhythm, dum, dum, dum. It echoed from the trees. He stopped. "Who's there?" A cool wind brushed his face, carrying a whisper. "Akin, your hands have spoken truth. Come closer." Against his better judgment, Akin followed the sound into the dark forest. There, under a glowing baobab tree, he saw an ancient drum resting on a stone. Its surface shimmered with golden patterns, and cowrie shells hung around it like a crown.
A deep voice spoke. "Take me. I am, the drum of echoes. But remember, every beat has a purpose. Use me without meaning, and I will beat against you."
Akin nodded, trembling. "I understand." He reached out, and when his fingers touched it, lightning flashed across the sky. The next morning, Akin tried the drum. He struck it softly, dum dum dum. To his shock, people from nearby huts came rushing toward him. "What happened?" they asked. "I just played a rhythm," Akin stammered. He tried again. This time, half the village arrived. Soon, word spread. Akin has a drum that calls people from far away. The village elders called a meeting. Some said it was a gift from the gods. Others feared it was witchcraft. But the king heard the rumor and said, "Bring this boy to me. I will see this miracle myself." Akin arrived at the palace, nervous but respectful. The king, adorned in coral beads, looked down at him. "So you're the drummer who stirs the hills with sound?" "Yes, my king," Akin said. "Then play for me," said the king.
Akin hesitated, remembering the drum's warning. "Your Majesty," he said carefully, "this drum's voice is sacred. It calls people for need, not for pride."
The king frowned. "You dare lecture me?" The court laughed.
"Play it now, or lose your head," the king roared.
Shaking, Akin struck the drum once. Dum. The ground vibrated. He struck again. Dum dum. In minutes, villagers, travelers, and even wild animals began gathering outside the palace gates. The king's eyes gleamed with greed. "With this drum, I can summon armies. I will rule every village." Headphone. The king reached for the drum. Akin shouted, "No, your Majesty. You must not." The king struck it. Doom, doom, doom. A cold wind swept through the palace. Thunder rumbled. The talking drum glowed blood red. Suddenly, the villagers the king summoned began running away, terrified. The palace pillars cracked. A booming voice filled the sky. Power without purpose brings ruin. The drum flew from the king's hands and landed before Akin. The king fell to his knees, trembling. Headphones. When the storm passed, Akin stood quietly. He lifted the drum and said, "A king who rules with greed loses his people, but one who serves with purpose gains their hearts." The king bowed his head. "Forgive me, young one." From that day, Akin became the keeper of the drum, not of power, but of unity. He used it only to call people for peace, work, and celebration. And even now, when thunder rolls across the hills of Yorubaland, the elders say it's Iron, the talking drum, reminding us, use your gifts with wisdom. Did you enjoy the story? Comment Drum of Wisdom if you believe true power lies in purpose.